So, how y'all doing? um, oh, I keep hitting the table. So I have not done a YouTube live in a really long time, and I thought I would jump on here and talk to you guys about the series and what you guys think about the series so far. So I'm gonna wait for a little bit for people to jump in. If you are catching the playback, the live chat is somewhere. You can follow along. I don't know where it's gonna be for you, but it's there. It exists. Hi, you guys. Hi, Elle. Hi, Katie. It's me. Hi, Jory. Cooley, Jessica, Casey. Okay, it's gone. I tried. You all saw me try. Hi, Lindsay. Girl. I always read when someone types like in capital letters, like GIRLLL or like GURL. I always read it like this. Girl. Been here since the OG days. Welcome back. I don't know how you made it this far. Phenomenal work. Oh my God. Girl. I love and appreciate you guys more than I could ever even say, and I've always known, like, over the years that I'm not alone in the shit that I'm going through, and that's if you can hear it, it's my cat. The dog's probably chasing the cat. I've always known, like, in my bones, because of you guys that I'm not alone in the shit that I go through, and I've always felt like I can just come on here and tell you guys what's going on with me, and I appreciate it so much. What's up, victim? Except that dude. There's always one. There's always one. I'm good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Uh, obviously the series is really heavy. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I wanted to just get your feedback and see how y'all are doing because, right? It's a lot. And I know there are some people, I've seen this comment a couple times. Some people have commented, "Hey, thank you, Mark. This is too much. I can't watch the series, but I'm going to comment for engagement. Love you. Peace." Don't even click on it. If it is too triggering, if it upsets your mental health, please do not even click on it to give me any kind of engagement. I understand. I would much rather you not do that, than click on it and see something or hear something and have that trigger you or upset you at all. So if it's too much, please don't click on it. You're still Ride or Die Crew. And that's true. Shit, sorry. That's true for every single one of my videos. Every single one of them. If the topic is too heavy, if it's too much, if it's too triggering, please don't click on it to give me engagement. Your mental health matters more than this shit because the internet is not real. The fucking clicks and the views and the likes, that shit's not real. Your mental health is real, and please don't click on it if it is too upsetting. Who keeps texting me? Oh. Watching from Daytona. The cat's name is either Chloe, if you ask Micah, the owner, or 11, if you ask me, because I wanted to name the cat 11, and I'm still going strong, fighting her every step of the way. My favorite animal? That's hard. Definitely not the cat. She's mean as hell. She is mean as hell. She doesn't like Jory. Jory is a cat mom of allegedly, how many, Jory? 4? I don't know. I've never seen them all in the same place at the same time. So she's allegedly a cat mom of more than one. But this cat, for she has attacked me physically. Okay, like scratched the shit out of me one day, and it was awful and fucking traumatizing. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? Because she was like, like, can I what happens here? I can't like kick the cat to get it away from me. So I just screamed and cried like the lunatic that I am. But I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? So naturally I screamed and cried because I don't want to hurt it. And I ran out of the room and locked it in a room because that's that's what you're gonna do. If you're me and you're crazy and you have anxiety and you're thinking of the thousand things that could go wrong in this half a second. But it's fine. Everything's fine. It healed. So my you're not supposed to have favorites, but probably my favorite is Ruby. She is my firstborn. She's the pit bull mix. We don't really know for sure. She's the brown one. And then close second would be Bowie, who is like as dumb could be, but she's the sweetest, most loving little thing. And she's just like a potbelly pig that just she's so sweet. She's so sweet, but she has 0 loyalty. She's tried to leave me for the mailman, FedEx guy, Uber Eats guy, Jory, anyone, any and everyone. She's tried to leave me for literally anyone. I'll take her. The neighbor one time, that was a rough day. Cats are soulless. Not all cats, just like not all men. Isn't that what we're supposed to say? That was petty. I'm sorry. I'm not. Um, you don't need to ask moms where their kids are when you see them in the world without them. You don't need to do that. It's it's weird. Am I allowed to vape on here? What app says it's not okay? Um, oh, he's the sweetest. So sweet. The square is going good. It's going good. This is probably really weird. So I never used to be like this with my girls, but I think the school days are so long and I hate them going to school and I just want them home. And it used to be that I'd be working and I'm doing the same amount of work, but I'd be working and I'm like, "Oh my God, is it 2:30 already?" And I would rush out and I just couldn't believe that the day went by that fast because, oh my God, now I have to go get the kids. Um, Now it's like, "Oh my God, the days are so long and I just wanna go get my kids." Like, I hate it. I hate it. I think the days are just extremely long. Um, my 7-year-old starts school at 8:30 and she gets out at 3:30. My oldest goes to school at 7:30. It's fucking criminal, if you're asking me. And she gets out at 2:30. So these days are so long and I just want them home. So, that's definitely, like, a big arc. It's definitely changed. Like, of course, I miss my kids before everything happened, but now I'm just like I don't know if it's because I'm on edge or if it's because I'm, like, hella codependent, but I just want them home. Never kick a cat. Okay, yeah, no, I get it. It was, like, fucking attacking me, and I didn't know what to do, and she was like and, like, one of the scratches went, like, rippled down my skin. "Monica, y'all do not have to" oh my god, wait, did I miss 2 of them? No, guys, you don't have to send me super chats, like, just being here is so much more than I could ever even ask for. I appreciate you, and I love you, and you don't have to do that. I'm also really awkward, I don't know what to say. Oh, I missed this one too. Mark said, "It's okay to kick the evil cat off you. Cat scratch fever is real and else." So I didn't kick her because 'cause I'm a gentle thug. Just kidding, I'm not a thug. I know a few. I'm not one. Hi, Sarah. I can make where get back here. Where are you? Hold on. I can make Sarah a mod. Sarah, you're either gonna be blocked or you're gonna be a mod. It's a 50-50 chance here because they put that right next to each other. It's like reply and reply all. Fucking stop it. Like, it's a bad design. Standard. What is a standard moderator? Can remove yeah, that's you. Um, there you go. Please shout me out. Hi, Katie. Don't I shout you out every time? I'm gonna call you Caddy now. Your name is Caddy. I'm just kidding. How's Mama Kent? She's good. So Mama Kent is gonna be in episode 3 or 4 of the docuseries because she just came to visit me and she's good. She's good. She is cancer free, we believe. She finished chemo and radiation. They did a couple tests and some PET scans, and we believe that she's cancer free, which is like incredible. My favorite meal? Yes. Just yes. Oh, did I miss this? I can't keep up with this. Thank you, Preston. They said you are doing your best. I love you and your bets. I literally am doing my best. You're so pretty. It's wrong. Just gotta add it. You're so close. It hurts my soul. And I misspell shit constantly. I can't count days for shit. But the your versus your. Let me change my lighting because it's kind of weird. Hold on one second. Okay, I stared directly at it. That's too much, right? That's too loud. calm down. You're doing the most. Yeah, I don't like it still. Oh my god, I'm sorry. It's it's fine. My favorite color. I guess black, I love black. I think black is empowering and it's sexy, and black is, like, my favorite color, but some people are like, "That's a shade." Whatever. So if you won't accept that, then the answer would be green or, like, teal. I love those. Let me try to get to these. I'm gonna miss them. Oh my god. Guys, no, stop. Thank you, Eve, for the 20 piece. Did you send me 2 of them? Oh my god. Guys, stop it. Did you know, fun fact about when I read these and I say like 5 piece, 50 piece, 20 piece, people that suck are like, why is she talking drug lingo? It's just how my brain works, okay? It's just, I don't know. I'm weird. Holly with a 5 piece. Now I know that it bothers people, so I'm probably never gonna stop. Thank you guys for these, but you do not have to send these. Being here is way more than enough, and I appreciate y'all just for coming in, you know? I say babies. Haven't watched. Can I give you an update on everything? No. No, because that's a lot of things, but I can give you, like, 2.5 I can give you, like, 3.5 hours, 4 hours of footage, episode 1 and 2. How much longer do you have to wear Invisalign? Girl, don't tell anybody. I stopped doing Invisalign. I didn't keep up with it, and I stopped doing it, and I haven't done Invisalign for, like, 6 months or so, and I can tell that my teeth are moving back, and why the fuck would you do that? That's stupid. It costs a ton of money. Don't stop wearing them. Mental health. My mental health got so bad that I just couldn't keep up with it, and I was just tired of it, and I just stopped doing it, like, 6 months ago because I fell into a, like, fucked up depression, and I just couldn't keep up with it. So, um, yeah, but I had 19 trays and I saved all of them, so I think I'm gonna go back and, like, I'm probably back to, like, 15 or so. I'm gonna try to keep doing them. Um, it's hard. It's been really hard. Um, I recently started working out again. I mean, it's been, like, a month or so, but I started meal prepping again and having things, like, all prepared. So, like, one of the things that I do, like, just to keep myself healthy, um, is I make, like, frittatas, I guess, is what you call it. So that means I have, like, the spinach in containers and chopped onions and chopped peppers and everything, so I can just throw all that shit in a pan and make eggs in the morning, so it's, like, really quick and easy. I have salads pre-made. Not that I'm trying to lose weight, I'm trying to gain weight, but I wasn't eating, like, healthy stuff, and, um, your mental health does suffer when you're just eating Taco Bell like a boss. So I'm very conscious of what I'm eating and what I'm watching, what I'm consuming, either mentally or physically. It's important. I've probably missed so many of these comments. I will go back through and read them after the live stream. So, like, don't not say something that you want to say thinking I won't see it because I will try to go back and read the live. You don't look fat. Damn it. I'm trying. Trying to though, you know? So how do we feel about the docuseries? I got, like, really hot and nervous when you asked that, like, immediately. Um, how are we feeling about the series? I know that it is, like, I know it's really hard, and I know it's really heavy, and I know a lot of people are really quick to say, "Keep that shit off the internet." I hear you. I get it. I what the f Thank you, Matt. Guys, stop it. I feel like the more I say stop, the more you do it, so I don't know what to do. I'm so awkward. Matt said, "Love the videos, Jess. Your videos are small sanity I've had in this shit year." This year's been so hard for everyone. This year has been so fucking hard with inflation and, like, something about Mercury being in retrograde. I don't understand it, but, like, this year's been fucking hard. I feel like ever since COVID, shit just took a fucking hard left turn, and shit has been so hard, you know? Let me finish this thought because it will die, I promise you. So, I know that a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, keep it off the fucking internet." I I would love to, but I feel like there is a bigger purpose in sharing this. It's more than just me. It's not even about me anymore. Um, I am doing this not to be like, "Ha ha, I was abused. Ha ha, my ex is a dirtbag." No, no, I'm doing this so that other people see the signs, the red flags, and we can start this conversation because knowing everything that I know about mental health, knowing everything I know about trauma bonds and narcissistic abuse and codependency and all this shit, I still did not realize that what I was going through was abuse. And from episode 1, and that's the reason I'm putting it out because, oh my god, this shit can happen to anybody, and it happened so slow to me, like, so slow over a long period of time to the point where that's a whole trauma bond. I was fucking like, I'm still not okay. I'm still not really okay, but I'm getting there, and that's the purpose of this series is to help someone recognize, "Holy shit, this actually isn't okay," or "This isn't normal." Because for so long, I just didn't question anything, nothing. For years and years and years, never saw a bank statement, credit card bill, fucking nothing. I had no access to anything that was going on in the household financially. I had no idea where he was, where he'd go. I didn't know, and I didn't ask anything, fucking ever. Um, and that's a very small component to it, right? But there were so many signs along the way that I ignored, and, I'm sharing it to help other people. It is coming at a great sacrifice to me, but I wanna be very clear and very loud about saying that remaining silent when someone has abused you only benefits the abuser, and telling people to shut the fuck up when they have gone through abuse, that does not help them. Staying silent helps the abuser. Trying to silence the victim only further adds to that trauma because it's just telling them that they did something wrong and they need to shut the fuck up, and that's not accurate. Um, so I think that most people most people unintentionally victim blame. They don't realize what they're saying is just not fucking true or it's placing blame on them, you know? We hear all the time, "Why didn't she just leave?" What? Actually, leaving does not stop the abuse because post-separation abuse is a very real thing. It's what I'm going through currently, and no one talks about it, or at least I don't see that shit. So, it didn't stop because I left. It got harder. It got scarier. It got worse, and that is something I can't really even articulate right now. Let me get back to this before these disappear. Edward said, "Just wanted to say your channel is amazing. I've shown your videos to a close female friend who has her own trauma story and was in an abusive relationship with a dirtbag. I hope to receive the light." Well, you're amazing for helping her, and I hope she's doing okay. Road Wizard said, "Keep up the good work. I learned so much. My mother's husband was the same way." Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy how many people tell me that their partner was exactly like this. And just off the top of my head, one story sticks out to me, and that's JD DeLay's wife, Jax. Every single thing that I've been telling them for 18 months, it's like her ex and my copy paste. Her ex and my ex copy paste. She was going through the same shit, or sorry, she had gone through the same shit that I was going through. And it's just weird that it's like the same shit. Copy paste, bitch, copy paste, bitch. And if it wasn't for them telling me like, "Hey, hi, this is abuse. You have to report this," which is the video that you guys saw of me in the police station the first time with like the really understanding, very educated cop that spent an hour and a half with me. Um, that day was literally just to document abuse. That's it. Like I didn't go in there, I didn't press charges. I didn't wanna do any of that. I just want it documented. It was mind-blowing to me and hard and just I don't even know, all the things to go back and to watch that video, the body cam video. Um, I didn't hear him. Like, I heard him because that was the first time someone that had any kind of, like, experience in that or education on it was telling me that this was not that JD doesn't have experience. This was, like, you know what I'm saying. I sat down with someone for an hour and a half, told them everything that had just happened to me, and that officer told me that this is abuse, that this is your vehicle, he is abusive, and I just that was the first time I was hearing it, but I went and watched it back, and some of the things that he was trying to say to me, I didn't hear him at the time. I genuinely did not even hear him. Like, I should have pressed charges, you know? Um, I should have immediately gone in that night, uh, the night that it happened, and reported it, but I didn't know what to do, and I was scared, and I didn't wanna scare my kids, and I just didn't say anything. It took me 2 weeks to even process it and be like, "Hey, let me tell JD and Jax because I don't know what to do." And they're like, "You have to document this. This is not okay. Get a protection order, get a restraining order, do something." And I've never done that before. I've never gone to the cops asking for help before. Um, so that was hard. But now that I look back at the video where that first officer, I don't know if I can say his name or not. Um, his name is Mark. I think I can say his name. They're all named Mark for some reason. Um, he was so fucking understanding and so educated and so vocal about everything, and it just sucks that in that moment, I didn't hear him like I hear him now, because now I am removed enough, I am deep into therapy, and I hear it now, and I just wish I did some things differently along the way. Thumbs up mods. Yeah, don't block anyone, just mute them. Because my new favorite drag queen, Pollo de Mar, um, they said that I don't block anybody because they're not gonna have the satisfaction, but your speaking privileges have been revoked. And I'm like, "Bitch, I love you. I love you." Sorry, going through the same time. Oh my god. Cass, what are you doing? Where have you been? Where have you been? Are you okay? Devin just asked me about you, and I'm like, "I haven't heard from her. Hope you're doing good." Mark is the model for all cops. Please clone him. Yes. Yeah. So when I had first met him, um, he got called to the house. My ex called. I was looking at this house to buy and other houses that day, and I wasn't even at the house. But I had a packing schedule to go back and pack. And during the course of me looking at houses, and he knew what I was doing, he called the cops on me because he said that I'm not allowed to come to the house, and I don't even know. It was ridiculous. So we called the cops, and I was, at a fucking 10, and he was not. And I'm like, "Yo, how the fuck is he so calm right now?" Like, I'm like, "Is this mental health?" And I'm like, I look crazy. I looked like a fucking lunatic. Um, so I naturally assumed that the cop was gonna be like, "Sup, bro?" Because it's military and shit, "We should work out," because that has been the experience forever, and I'm, like, shaking, and I'm fucking crazy, and I'm at a 10 and whatever. He was patient, very, very kind on scene, didn't say too much, wrote it up and left, it was very whatever, um, but I went in a month later, and that's when you guys saw the video in episode 1. Because that was, like, the first officer that, like, made me feel like it was okay. Like, I felt like I could trust him to to share the story, and I thought that something would come of it, but nothing came of it, and you guys will see that in the series. So, they tried. They tried. So, I think that's, like, another really important element is, like, I had the muscle. I know y'all don't like it sometimes. I had the muscle and the money to leave. What happens to the women that don't have the muscle and the money to leave? Because he violated that order of protection 17, 11 times. He got away with everything. It's just no one gives a fuck. State's attorney is like, whatever. Here's a deferment. And it's infuriating, you know? They can't protect me, they can't keep me safe. They can't. They can't. And every single day, I hear stories of just the most heinous things, and it's terrifying. You know, I keep looking down. I know I'm supposed to look in the camera, but I'm trying to read the chat, so just, it's another it's another, like, not burden, obstacle. Another added obstacle is that I am a felon. I can't carry, you know? There are some workarounds in that, like, they don't even want me to have pepper spray. Did you guys know that? Did you know that they don't want felons to have pepper spray? I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. You give us strength. You guys give me strength. You give me strength. Explain reactive abuse. Did he say things to piss you off to the point where you would touch him? Okay. I'm sorry. It goes really fast. Let me try to find this again. Okay, explain reactive abuse. Did he say things to piss you off to the point you would touch him first and then he would use that as an excuse to hit you back? Um, so to be clear, he never hit me technically. He would punch the wall right next to me, stomp on the floor if I'm on the floor, throw me across rooms, over tables. He smashed my head against the wall a couple of times. At one point, he had lifted me up off the floor and it fucked up my ribs and bruised my ribs. Um, he smashed a chair next to me one time. That's why I'm missing one in the dining room. So he never hit me. Reactive abuse for me might look a little bit different for other people, but reactive abuse is essentially someone is abusing you, either emotionally probably, but physically too. And when you finally snap and you finally lash out and you do something completely out of character because they have picked and picked and picked and poked and poked and poked, sometimes literally just physically, or not physically, literally just emotionally, and you're in this fucking circle with them, then you react. And it's not something that you would do in any other circumstance. And yes, I'm sorry, everything that I just explained, all the smashing chairs, and that is domestic violence. That is physical abuse. That is not okay. Physical domestic violence, if you punch the wall next to me, I feel like I'm in imminent danger of you hitting me. That is domestic violence. All of those examples that I just gave were physical violence. Do you know how I rationalized it in my head? He didn't hit me. That's how I rationalized it. Well, he didn't hit me. At least he didn't hit me. What? No. Every single thing I just listed is domestic violence, and it is not okay. Um, so yeah, all of those things. But that was hard. What's harder? What's harder is the emotional shit. The emotional shit. The like bruises fucking heal, you know? Bruises heal, but like the emotional shit has like psychologically fucked me up. Um, that's why I didn't want to go live. But that has been the hardest thing is to overcome like the emotional shit of thinking that like um that he's I don't even know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, banging your head against the wall is hitting you. I guess it is. You're right. It's just the lies and the lies and the like the gaslighting and the twisting everything around and the silent treatment and the it's just a lot. You know, I wanted to chalk it up to the relapse, you know? And I think that's why I stayed until October of last year when I found out um I found out in February that he had relapsed. I stayed until October. Um I just thought it was the the relapse, but I don't think that's true anymore. I think that's just who he is and it sucks. He kept saying, "You know what you did." What was he talking about? Um, okay, yeah, so On the Ring doorbell in episode 2, I believe, he says, "You know what you did? I just paid his fucking traffic ticket." Um, he got a ticket and I paid it, but because I opened it and I paid it, um, I knew where he was. So I called him out on that too, and he was really mad, and it was like a 4 or 5-hour fight because I opened his mail and I paid his traffic ticket, and I found out that he was somewhere that he was getting high at. Um, and that started this huge fight, so he's like, "You know what you did?" But I have to open the fucking traffic tickets or the toll bills because my Jeep was in his name, which is just another form of control and financial abuse. So if I'm like, "Oh, fuck, I got a ticket," I don't know, like, looking at the ticket because it said his name on it, I don't know if it's for his truck or if it's for the Jeep. So I just opened it and I paid it, and because of that, I figured out that he lied about some shit, and that was awful. Because the only time we ever fought is when I called him out on his shit, questioned him for some shit. That is when things got bad, but it wasn't like that always. I just shut the fuck up and I ate shit with a fork and knife. I didn't question it. I didn't say anything about it. I just let it fucking rock, and you know, Miss Maverick said, so proud of you for being honest, you're saving lives." I fucking hope so. I fucking hope so. Is he still in jail? No. No. He spent 2 days in jail, and he got away with all of it. Do you hear that cat? Oh, she's so evil. Can you give some context? Okay. Hold on. I missed some of that. The mask is on. I can see it now. Literally, I can see it, and I can't unsee it, and, um, was he always that way or only since he relapsed? Yeah, I think I answered that right. He wasn't always that way, not physically. The control, he would shut down, he'd give me the silent treatment, he would do the emotional shit. It was a lot more subtle, um, but it was there. He was very hot and cold. I never know what version of that I was gonna get. I knew I could only talk about my career for maybe 7 minutes, but he could talk about his career for 2 hours, and I would listen like this, like, "Mhm," and I'd give him advice, and I'd be like, "Whatever." Um, we never celebrated any of my success. Had a whole fucking party for him quitting a job. See the different energies? It's a lot, and I never even questioned it. Never questioned it. Um, we also both worked our fucking asses off. I 60, 70 hours a week and 2 kids, so time went by really quickly, and I didn't stop to think about a lot of the things except for every 6 months when I would have a whole mental breakdown, and I know that we have filmed a few, videos about that in the past where it was really hard. I did all of everything for fucking ever, and I don't know. Every 6 months, I would have a whole mental breakdown, and I'm like, "Hey, man, help me out. I'm drowning." That didn't go very well. I feel like I missed a lot of shit. Was it difficult to film that video with him in March? Yes. Yes. Um, yeah. And I don't even know why I did, to be honest. I don't know why I did. I wanted I just wanted it to be okay, I think, and I wanted you guys to think that we were okay, but I really wanted it to be okay. And we had a few weeks where, it was kind of like a co-parenting thing. He had a couple overnights with the girls. Jen and her husband supervised one of them because I'm like, "Hey, they're sober, functioning adults." Might not be a huge fan because that was the supervisor that my ex picked, knowing full well that that would be upsetting to me, which is just another form of emotional abuse. But I'm like, "Okay, if you're friends with them and you have a good relationship with them and they're sober, okay, it's fine." And our kids are friends, and I just took it. So it seemed like it was gonna be okay. We were going to the house, the kids were having, more visits with him, and it seemed like it was going okay, so that's why I was like, "Hey, let's film. You look like you're doing better," and yeah. They play commercials during live chats? That is stupid. I didn't know they did that. What? They don't do that. Do they really do that? Since when? To make money, that's why you filmed. Yeah, you're just always gonna do that, aren't you? You're always gonna do that. I make money off of my videos. What the fuck? It's fucking shocking revelation, bro. It's crazy. I love that that gets thrown in my face. Like, no shit. I make money from my videos. It's not the reason why I film them. Half of the time, half of the time I know damn well a video will be demonetized. I film it anyway. That's more than I wouldn't say. I was about to say half. That's a quarter of my channel. A quarter of my channel, I know damn well that shit's not gonna get one ad on it. I'm filming it anyway. You're doing this because it's getting you views. Like, oh my God, YouTubers want views for the content that they spend fucking hours and hours on. That's wild, man. Crazy. Yes, this will be up later. Can you explain the discrepancies going on about your paperwork? Absolutely, I can. So, you can actually just go to Fort Smith FOIA, and you could fill out a FOIA request to get my paperwork, to get my motion to discovery, and you will see the same version that I got. Um, there was a change made to one of the pieces of paper that says that I am a CI. Let me tell you why. First of all, that can't fucking happen. First of all, I can't be my own CI in my own case that put myself and my co-defendant in prison unless I've unlocked a new level of fucking drug dealing. Um, like, come on. I didn't sell drugs to myself and my co-defendant, and then we went to prison because of that. It's fucking insane. So one of the pieces of paper that was shared, a CI is a confidential informant. So one of the pieces of paper that was shared by these cult members, it's harsh. I'm sorry. It's a fucking y'all are in a cult. You know, I also think CrossFit is a cult, but you're in a cult at this point. So one of the pieces of paper has a little triangle on it, and that triangle means co-defendant. It's the prosecutor's synopsis of the crime. And in the original, um, the real one, it says that the co-defendant or the defendant sold to a CI working in conjunction with the Fort Smith Police Department. It was edited by these cult people. Stop it. I'm sorry. I'm not. So it was edited, little triangle, made it seem like I so it says defendant. I just have I have to just go get it. It says defendant sold drugs to co-defendant or some shit. It's fucking weird. But it says that I'm a CI basically because of that one little fucking triangle. And Jason actually caught the original post on Reddit because he's a whole Reddit troll. Um, yeah, the triangle means defendant, co-defendant and defendant, but the triangle means defendant. And um, it was posted on Reddit, but they posted it so quickly that the seal of the website that they used to change it, um, it was on there still. So Jason screenshotted it and he has that where you can see it. And then within an hour of him catching that, um, what's her face comes out with this email from the Fort Smith Police Department saying that you have to take that down. That is not fucking true. No, Jess, you sold drugs to yourself and told the police. My brain hurts. So, y'all can just go get my motion of discovery for yourself and you could see it yourself. But I shared the doc number, the email with the doc number, the document number, and everything because I didn't even catch it. When I saw that document, I thought the whole thing was fake because I never saw that before. Then I asked Chris, the cop that arrested me, and he's like, I don't know, I've never fucking seen that before. And I'm like, is that not even real? So when I got the motion of discovery back, and I'm like, oh, that page is in there. I didn't even read it. I'm like, okay, that page is in there. That's fucking weird. But I know that I didn't sell drugs to myself and put myself in prison. That's not how that works. um, so yeah, it was forged, it was changed, and it's fucking gross. It's gross that I don't even want to talk about them, but it's really gross that they're wrong about so many things. Like Wrightsville not having fences, like me never doing time with people with capital murder. I think the fuck not, I did. Um, one woman actually, she got out on the Innocence Project, and I'm going to interview her. We did time together there, but it's fine. Well, no, I did time with her in McPherson. But she said for months, I never did any time in New York, never was on probation in New York. Oh, fuck, we accidentally shared that during a live stream. Oops. Turns out I did. She gaslit me about my whole fucking birth story and just on and on and on. Said that I was a CI and then said, "The Fort Smith Police Department said I can't share that because you're lying." None of that ever happened. So she posted a video the other day where she doubles down and says all the same shit, while at the same time saying that her mental health has suffered, and it's really hard. No shit, dude. No shit, this is hard. So I thought I thought that the video, I'm like, okay, she has recognized this is really hard mentally, and da 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 da. She's going to apologize to me, not the people on the internet, me, because she's caused harm to me. She's going to apologize to me, and I'm like waiting for it. No, oh fuck, it's never gonna happen. She's doubling down. Love it. Um, my parents, my parents were doxxed. My all kinds of shit was released. You know, documents of me as a minor, my parents' address, my parents' landline phone, current, all fucking doxed. Um, so it's just really, really hard. So let me explain defamation. Let me explain that because I keep seeing that a lot. Um, some of these drama channels have said that they can sue me for defamation. Bitch, no, you can't. No, you can't. So let me explain defamation to you. Four things have to happen in a case for you to even make it to any kind of hearing or anything like that. Okay, four things have to happen. You have to lie. You have to lie publicly. You have to know that what you're saying is false, and that has to be proven, and it has to cause damage. Okay, so anyone growing a platform based on lies, me, like you can't sue me. You've gained from your lies. So I can absolutely sue because they lied. They lied publicly. They knew that what they were saying was false and they gained from it. So that is defamation. So if you cannot prove all four of those things, and that one is really hard to prove, you have to prove in court, you have to prove that they knew they were lying. Okay. So all four of those things have to be true. Do you know what happens if you can't prove all those things, all four? Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Fucking nothing. That's why defamation is so hard. It's so hard to prove that that person that has caused you damage knew that they were lying. That's the hardest part of it. And I can prove that now. So slander and libel. Okay, so slander is though that's still defamation. Slander is when you defame people, lie with words spoken. Libel is written lies. So it's all defamation. Yeah, let's get the likes up. What are the likes at? I never pay attention to this shit. I'm so so bad at this. It is hard if you're a public figure. It is hard. Um, it's hard. All of this would be hard on its own, right? But it is extremely hard for me right now because I'm still going through an abusive situation. Post-separation abuse is very real, and people had years to do this shit to me. You know what I mean? So like, why are you doing it now? It just seems so fucking cruel and unnecessary to do it now. Um, so it's hard. It's just hard, but it's okay. I got it. Oh, another thing that I would like to point out, and then I would like to move on, ask me anything else. Another thing about the drama channels that are looking for truth, the person that shared all that paperwork never once shared paperwork from the state of Illinois, which is easy as fuck to get, it takes 3 days, never once shared a single document, police report where he is abusive to me, not once. I did get compared to Amber Heard, gaslit about my story, and told that it's crazy that I have videos of something happening because you would never be able to do that as a survivor. It was just awful. It was malicious. It was nasty. Um, I don't understand how women are doing this to other women. I don't understand how, if you've gone through something like that as a woman, how can you sit here and be that nasty? And this is not just one person; it's many women doing this. So I've thought my whole life, like, I would never, so I don't get it, but now I have to be like, I have always thought I would never, so they won't. Bitch, they might. Bitch, they might. I've always thought that, like, I would never do that, so they're not gonna they might. I've had to learn along the way to stop expecting me out of other people. I can't expect me out of other people, you know? And there are people that I thought would be in my life for forever, and that's just it is what it is. Why don't you get with JD? He is married. I'm friends with his wife. He's married. Are people still making false allegations to CBS? I don't think so, because now they have, like, flagged these allegations as false because there were so many of them. Like, my ex called, his dad called, strangers online called, um, and yeah, so they are trying to change the law to where you have to give your name, you can't call anonymously, um, and that's just I think they did that in Texas. So the reason why they're doing that is because if this is true, you're gonna say it with your full chest, right? So if it's true, you can, stand on it because they're getting so many calls when, like, people are just mad at other people, and this is, like, a nationwide issue. Um, so they are changing the rules with that. Oh, thank you, Samantha. I feel like this live stream wasn't very good so far. Um, crazy. I was only friends with one person, um, that is making videos about me. He's not seeing the kids. Mm-mm. I am allowing him to call. We'll see how that goes, and hopefully it gets better, and, um, he cannot see them right now. He has to earn that. They also have to want that. We have family meetings every week, and me and the girls. So we have family meetings every week, and we record those family meetings, and they know that, and that is just in case we need to talk about it in family court because family court gets fucking vicious. And I listen to what my kids want and I respect them. And if they don't want to talk to him, they don't have to. If they don't want to see him, they don't have to. Um, if they want blue hair, they can have blue hair, you know? So I respect my kids and they have a lot of autonomy with me and what they say holds weight. And I'm not going to force them to see him. Never, never gonna happen. I know this is, like, bad to say, but even if a judge said you have to exchange the kids in a police station parking lot for an overnight visit, no, no, I'm not gonna do it. You can I don't even know what the charge would be for that. It is traumatizing. It would be traumatizing for my kids at this point, because, first of all, I'm not ever going to let him drive my kids anywhere. He has wrecked 2 cars in 2 years. It's not gonna fucking happen. Um, no. Second of all, I'm not gonna explain to my kids why we're at the police station. Nope. Um, Supervised visits, sure. No driving my kids anywhere. Not gonna happen. If they don't want to, they're not going to. Something else that I've done, this is probably bad. Please don't stress out the mods. I don't see what the fuck you're saying if you're irritating people. I saw a couple of times you guys yell at someone. I don't see it. You're just irritating the mods. Please don't do that. Um, oh shit, what was I gonna say? Probably wasn't important. How does he still have a license? Um, they don't breathalyze him. His insurance probably just goes up. Oh yeah, visitation. Yeah, we have to work up to visitation. It has to be earned. Um, we need proof, therapy and sobriety and all those good things. And um, I hope he's okay, you know, like mentally, because, you know. Have you guys seen those videos? I know you probably have, like on TikTok or something, or like a short, um, of like kids trying to exchange or parents trying to exchange kids at some meeting point for visitation, and these kids are, like, screaming and freaking the fuck out, and, like, it's a whole no. No. That's fucking traumatizing. He has just recently, started calling. I was doxxed, yeah. Yeah, you have to earn these things. You know, when I got out of prison and um, um I was working on getting custody of Micah back, I had to earn all this shit. Like, I had to go to classes, and I had to do hair follicle drug testing, and I had to do a million things, and it took a long time to be able to have my daughter. And, you know, he has to put in effort. Does he pay child support? Sometimes when he feels like it. I think he's like 3 months behind right now. What do your kids know about what happened? My kids saw a lot of things. They're in therapy. We have had really hard conversations. They know that what he did wasn't okay. They know that leaving is the most important thing because if someone treats you like that, you have to get away from them and you have to leave. We have hard conversations. We talk to them about everything. Um, and it is what it is. Deflectica. I like it. I like Methica. I like all of them. Just keep on. I honestly have a little bit of empathy for people that do this, you know what I mean? Um, because, like, you're so fucking miserable that you spend your life trying to talk horrible to strangers online? Have you been sober or still need what? "Oh, I have not heard you talk about it lately when all the stuff was going down. Have you been sober or still?" I have not relapsed on drugs. The last time I did drugs was in 2011. I have, however, struggled with alcohol, and I've been very honest about that. I've been very vocal about that. Um, I did not get high. I did not get high. Did not relapse on drugs. Alcohol is a drug. So if you wanna say that that is a drug. How's alcohol going? It's going. Um, it's going. It's ridiculous. It's funny that, like it's funny that they're saying I'm smoking meth. Listen, set the vape down, it's serious. I shot drugs into my fucking arm. I didn't smoke meth unless I was around people that thought I was, like, a cop or something, and they got paranoid, and they'd pass it to me, and out of respect bitch, what? It's ridiculous. That world's ridiculous. I would in 2011, okay? I didn't fucking smoke anything besides weed, unless, like, peer pressure made me. I put that shit into my arm. That's the kind of fucking addict I was. I am a straight to the dome type of bitch. That's why if I'm drinking and I'm struggling with alcohol, that is a shot method, straight to the fucking dome, okay? So, it's offensive. I'm so stupid. I'm sorry, but that's just the fucking reality of it. I was that kind of addict. I was so fucking sick. And the fact that people are still on here saying that I'm getting high when I've been drug tested all goddamn year is just weird to me. And then when I post a fucking P test that I take that no one's entitled to, I was then told to give a fucking blood test. You're not entitled to my urine or my fucking blood. It's ridiculous. My mom's doing good. Thank you. Does the call ever contact you? The cult's contacted a few people in my inner circle, all of my friends. I was never friends with Tracy. You were diagnosed with ASPD while in the system. It was immediately after getting out. I remember you saying that. Would love to hear thoughts on how misrepresented mental health issues are. Yeah, so I was diagnosed with ASPD immediately after getting out of prison. And again, that was immediately after having my daughter in prison, and it was just trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma. And you can lose the ability to feel empathy if you experience too many traumatic events in a row. Um, you can heal though, and it can get better. So a lot of inmates get diagnosed with ASPD because a few things have to happen for that to be true. You have to have a behavioral issue as a child, and then that has to be present in adulthood. So for me, not really conforming to social norms, not giving a fuck about going to jail, not having a lot of empathy when I was first diagnosed getting out of jail, um, it would make sense why that was kind of slapped on me. I have been re-diagnosed 3 times. 3 times in the last 2 years. Um, so yeah. Are you worried about your kids being upset about putting all of this online? No. The only person that benefits from silence is the abuser. My kids know that I am sharing my story. Of course, they don't know the full scope of it because they're 11 and 7. I mostly talked about it with my 11-year-old, and I check in with them. I said, episode 2 just got posted. And I'll turn off my phone and we'll play Scrabble, which they're horrible at, and I kick their ass every time. Um, but I talk about it more with my oldest, and the first time I started talking to her about it, she's like, "Isn't that what you always do? That's what you do, right?" 'Cause I'm like, "I'm gonna share our story, to help other people." And she's like, "Okay." And yeah, they're too young. They're not too young. They're so fucking smart. They're not too young to not understand. I say everything in age appropriate ways, but I am very honest with my kids. When will you let them watch your channel? When they're 32. Never, never, never. 32. I did cover this, and I'm working on some other stuff. Can't show you yet because it's not done. I don't want to speak of things before they're finished, but it is a masterpiece, if I do say so myself. I can't even it's such a long I can't even get off screen because I have to come, like, way over here. It's just not realistic. It's a wide angle. We're supposed to talk about the docuseries. Um, how many parts will there be? I don't know. I don't know. I Right now, there's 6 episodes, and episode 3, I haven't even started working on, if I'm being honest, because yep, episode 2 was a lot, and, I mean, it's all a lot. So I haven't even started episode 3, but from my calculations, if my calculations are correct, this is just it's not weed. Um, it's nicotine. Wish it was weed. Uh, yeah, I think 6 so far. I've kind of mapped out what I want to be in each one, and, that took a lot of time too. So 6 right now, I don't know if it's going to continue, but yeah. What about their friends' parents who follow you? What about things listen, let me just say this with my full chest, okay? I don't give a motherfuck about anybody that might know me or my family. I don't care what they think about what I'm doing. I don't care. The right people will find me. And I'm not for everyone. My content is not for everyone. It is what it is. If you don't like me because of the things that I post, don't watch me. I don't care. I do not care. And I think for a long time, I have been um, like I've been watered down because I've kind of been picked at over time, and that's just a thing that happens probably, it's normal, right? I I became more and more, like, politically correct, and I was kind of nervous to say certain things or whatever over time, and other people's expectations of me, my channel, my life, not my fucking problem, not my fucking business. I'm going to share my story as authentically, as raw, as real as I always have, and it is what it is. So my kids' friends, parents know what I do and they know me and they see more than just the stuff on the internet. And I've never had one person tell me to my face, not neighbors, coworkers. No one has ever said, Oh my god, you put that on the internet? No. Oh my god, I can't believe you've gone through so much. Wow, that is incredible that you went from here to there. So, that's fine for you, but I think what are they saying? Is that someone may and, you could try to say something to my kids. It's not gonna go very well. They will stand up for themselves. They will stand up for themselves. It will suck if that it has happened before to my oldest, and it just was, you know? It just is what it is. Commercial? Damn, I don't know why. I just got an ad. They never did that before. Did I do something wrong? Maybe I clicked a fucking box or some shit. Anyway, um, I'm sorry, you guys. I've raged. Yeah, everyone's gonna judge. But at the end of the day, like, I'm very honest with my kids. They know about my content. They know about my content. They've got some fire rebuttals if and when it does happen because, um, we've overcome so much, you know? Y'all need an ad block. What's wrong with YouTube? I didn't know they did ads in the middle of the live. I thought it came after. Just cancel me. I have premium too, so I never see them. But yeah, my kids have some quick, you know, some quick things. I overcame so much shit, you know, and my kids know about the things. They know I went to jail. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. It's very it's very disheartening that so many people wanna constantly tell me, "Think about your kids. Like, you can't share this online because you have kids. You can't do this because you have kids. What about the kids? Take care of your kids. Focus on your kids." Stop it. Stop it. Like, me being silent does not benefit them. Me being silent tells them, "If something happens to you like this, stay silent." And I know this is very different. This is very public. Um, I get it. I know that this is really hard. If you go through something like this and you don't wanna share it, don't. I am in a very privileged, very unique position where my story can and will help people. And it is coming at a sacrifice, and I am prepared for that sacrifice, whatever it looks like. And I know that that might sound unfair to my kids, but I am teaching them if you are abused, leave. It's not okay. If I stayed and then I just said, hey, if you get treated like this, you should not do what I did. You should leave. That's not how that works. You have to lead by example. If I said, you know, I'm not going to talk about this online, I'm going to shut everything down and whatever, that's telling them stay fucking silent if you were abused. If I didn't report it, if I didn't, you know, go to the cops and get police reports and document the abuse, I would be saying to them, hide it, protect him, don't do XYZ. Didn't he dump you? Nope, I dumped him. Not that that fucking matters. Like, why does that matter who dumped who? I just left. I left. Um, I shield them as much as I possibly can. They're not allowed to watch my channel. They don't hear me talking about it. They don't hear the videos. You know, that is what it is. Worst case scenario in this moment is that some kid might say something in school, and we're in therapy and we're prepared for it and we've talked about it. Jay's doing okay. He calls all the time. He's in a lot of pain because of his hands. His right hand is a lot worse than his left. But in his right, left, I don't know. He has a mass on his wrist, and they're saying that it might be a tumor. We don't know because he hasn't had it tested. Um, and he needs surgery, and it's really bad. And yeah, they also think he has a slip disc in his back from the car accident that happened a few months ago, and that sucks too. Cut ties with that guy. He's forever caught up. I don't know what that means. What do you do besides YouTube? cry. Just kidding. So I do YouTube, Spotify, Roku, Facebook, TikTok, and I'm working on some other stuff. As, like, a hobby, I, like, clean and cook. I love to cook. I love to cook and sleep and eat and cook and sleep. Really, the only thing that I do as, like, a hobby besides, like, cooking is, like, literally just play games with my kids and board games that I crush them in. I defeat them, except Twister, fuck that. They can win, they can have it. They can take that victory every time. Um, Laura, I know you. I feel like I know you. So happy to see you. I love your series, although I believe you and have deserve your right to privacy. Yeah, I that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I dig up all the shit you want, don't dox my family. And they're like, oh my God, you're so unreasonable. It's fun. Like I said, Jess, you are one of the most amazing women coming from someone who's abused my alcoholic. I'm so sorry you're going through that. Twister, I'm too old. Take up crocheting. I would love to, but I don't have time to crochet. You know, I did learn how to do my own nails. Um, Ratchet Band-Aid. Oh, this counts, right? I'm fixing up my house. And this weekend I power washed my fence like a man. And I felt so excited because I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna power wash and stain the fence because I'm like, trying to redo the house and do all this shit. I thought for sure a weekend would be enough time to fucking power wash and stain the fence. It's not. It's not. I'm not even done power washing it. I'm not done. So I haven't even started fucking staining it. There's not one board of the fence that is stained. And like all weekend. And I mowed. So trophy. I get a trophy, right? We are building a what's it called? Like a little clubhouse underneath my back deck for the kids. And it's so cute. It has like fake grass, and I'll show you guys all of that too. I know I keep saying this, but I'm going to be uploading to the vlog channel and I'll show you guys my house. And it's so unique. Riley, my youngest, actually, she we got home from school and we're pulling up to the house and she said, you know what's weird? I'm like, what? And she goes, our house is so plain and boring on the outside, but on the inside it's not. And I'm like, right? It's confusing, tricking everybody. What Em said, what about your book? Been waiting for a few years. Yeah, your girl went through some shit. It's not looking great. Um, but I will say that getting all of this paperwork that I never had before, never had physical copies of it. It was read to me by a lawyer. And seeing all this shit from when I was a minor that I had never read before, that is literally like my memoir. And these drama channels, like, they fucking handed it to me. They handed me my memoir, and I don't really have to do much more besides find like a person to help me with it, Trophies for Jess for mowing the yard. We should get trophies for that. That's why I have some fake trophies in my office. The YouTube ones are real, I swear they are. Like, adulting is hard. We should get fucking trophies for shit, Like, didn't order Uber Eats once this week. I'm never gonna get that one, ever. Mowed the grass, paid the taxes, paid bills on time for 90 days straight. I will also never get that one. Can't even hide it. I'm not gonna, I hurt my back. So I don't know what happened. Probably when I was like holding the power washer like a man, I felt very strong. I almost watched the dogs with it. I'm not lying. I'm like, this would be a great like like dog bath. My dogs are gross. But I did something and now like it's like part of my back is so sore. So if I move really quickly, it feels like I got hit by a car. But that also could be if the pillows are not correct, it feels like I got hit by a car. Stupid. I'm missing these. Oh my God. Someone asked me about OnlyFans. I will never be on OnlyFans. Never. For a couple of different reasons. I did not make it this far without showing my asshole on the internet to start showing my asshole on the internet. I said what I said. I'm not doing it. Also, I'm so awkward. I'm gonna laugh. I can't. I can't do it. I'm so weird and I'm so awkward and I'm gonna make it weird. I'm gonna say weird shit and I no. It is gonna be the worst piece of shit that you've ever seen in your life. I can't do it. I can't. I wish I had the confidence. I wish I wasn't so fucking weird and awkward, but I'm not. If people recognize me in public, I apologize to them. That's how fucking awkward I am. Like, say thank you like a regular bitch. Nope, I'm like, "Oh, thanks. Sorry. The fuck are you apologizing for?" I've made it so weird so many times. Okay, wait, I have to read these. Um, the clench I don't know. Just I sent you an email about some police harassment I've been enduring. I don't know how to help you with that. Um, yeah, and also my email is like a dumpster fire, and if it was a place I wouldn't go there. I am getting the Jesus pamphlets again, so that's positive. But yeah, I really don't know how to help with police harassment because, they are like the biggest gang, uh, collectively, and it sucks. You can file complaints, you can get an attorney, document everything, and there are the steps that you can go through. But I would file a formal complaint. That way there's at least like documentation of what you're going through. That's like step one, I think. And then try to see what you can do about contacting the state's attorney, contacting a lawyer, maybe. Priscilla, hi. Get you some vape juice, girl. You're going through too much. Stay strong. I appreciate you. You've been here for a very long time. So have you in and out. Are you really able to eat all the junk food you want and not gain weight? Yeah, I can't. I know that that pisses people off. And I'm like, yeah, I just eat like a fucking raccoon. Hence the trash panda tattoo. Also, they're like the criminals of the animal world and they're really cute and chubby and they have dark circles and they're tired and they're probably eating it out of a trash can. Same. Um, so yes, I can eat as much food as I want, as many calories as I want. It's not I won't gain weight, but that's not healthy. So skinny people can be unhealthy as fuck too and have clogged arteries and shit too. So I have to be like mindful of just how ridiculous my diet is. So, how did you realize this was finally the end of the cycle, asking for us still trying to break it? Um, I think I figured it out like last Thursday. um, when I left the house in October, that was like a situation had happened and I left. But we were still talking about getting back together until, um, I don't know, early this year, we were still having conversations about getting back together, and after the incident that happened in November, I went back. I went back after that, and that was the most scary I was naked, so it was even more fucking traumatic, but it was the scariest, most traumatic event that's happened in the last decade, and, I went back after that. So, when did I realize? It's only been in the last, like, I wanna say 7 months or so with therapy, and I got a shadow journal, and that's exhausting. Um, Now I can, like, look back at certain things, like, I got the body cam footage in a couple of months ago, and I looked at the video in March when I was editing episode 2, and I can recognize it because I'm far enough away to, like, hear the verbiage and hear the conversations, and I can see it. I can see it so differently now than I was able to when I was still in it. So even I'm probably not answering your question. How did I know to, like, break the cycle? I don't know. There wasn't, like, a time because there are still moments where I'm like, is he sober? Is this still the drugs?" Like, there are still moments where This is stupid. It's not stupid. I know it's important to say, but, like, I'm, like, embarrassed to say it, but it's just true. After everything that has happened, and I have to actively vocalize this to a fucking trained professional, after everything that's happened, um, I have these moments, oh god, that I miss him, and I, like it's almost like a drug, you know? Like, I, like, crave him, and it is fucking terrible, and it makes me fucking nauseous to think about it, but it is what it is, you know? Um, like, I hate him, and then I have moments where I wanna talk to him, and I just miss him, and that's just what it is, you know? Um, and it sucks, like, I just wish I could be like, "I'm such a strong, fierce bitch," and I am some days I'm fucking not, and, it sucks. I think that idea of, like, not wanting to leave because someone else was gonna get this, like, perfect person, this person that I wanted, you know, I that's not real, that doesn't happen because they're so good in the beginning, and that's, like, the happy honeymoon, love bombing shit. They never go back to that again, you're never gonna get that person again, the next person is just the new supply, and they're fucking brainwashed as shit, and, like, I was that person too, and, it fucking sucks. It sucks, like, this is the person that I thought my foundation cost $48, I just hold on. This is the person that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. This is the person that I thought I was going to marry. I had a whole fucking wedding planned. That was my forever, and, you know, um, had it not been for the relapse, I don't think I would have ever seen it, you know? I don't think I would have ever seen it. The mask was too heavy when he was using and drinking as heavily as he was drinking. Um, Jory isn't here. Jory, she saw a lot of shit, and, she lived with us for a while in the old house. It's crazy. That house was so fucking big. 3 families could have lived in that house, I wouldn't have known. Um, but she stayed with us for a while, and she saw a lot of stuff that even, like, I couldn't recognize, and it was just fucking scary. It's normal. I was with my ex for 11 years and been separated 7 years more. And he cheated before his relapse. I haven't talked about that yet. Um, I think Jason probably shared some crazy shit that is not cool, but I will get to that eventually, and I will talk about all of that. You love the background? Thank you. What time is it? Oh my god, hold on. It's 10:30 already. I have to go to bed. But so the background was made by my friend Michelle. She's called the Flower Doctor on Instagram. And she did this and she changed it. She came back in and like redid it. So this stuff was kind of all spread out and the bottom was really big, but y'all couldn't see it. So she changed it for me so you guys could see um more of the move my stupid head. Yeah, so she made it prettier and I'm so grateful for her. Am I still drinking? Not today. Not today. Um, I am practicing drinking less. I'm not putting too much pressure on myself. I am just trying not to drink, and I'm trying to reword that in my mind because it's not that I can't drink. I don't have to drink. You know, so I'm trying to reword it so it doesn't sound like I can't drink because then you want to. So instead of me saying like I can't drink, I can't have a drink, I can't drink, I don't have to drink. You know, and that like takes some of the pressure off kind of. So home protection devices, I have some. I don't understand the point of the series. That's okay. The point of the series is to showcase the cycle of domestic violence and narcissistic abuse and substance use disorder and mental health and red flags and all of that stuff because a lot of things are heavily gaslit by society. One of them being victims of domestic violence and narcissistic abuse, and that is what the series is for. What do you want out of this? the series, I wanna save lives. I wanna empower people to start putting money away, create a plan, start recognizing what they're going through is really abuse and getting help however they can. Are there other recovery creators that you watch? I don't watch a lot of other creators. I try to dip in and, and send love when I can, but when it comes to, like, just specific content in recovery, um, JD, I guess, I mean, he talks about it a lot, right? So JD talks about his, recovery story. Cody Green or Schizophrenic Hippie talks about, his recovery story. They're prison content creators that have also recovered or they're in recovery. Um, Sometimes I'll click on, like, the Jamie, Curtis interview. I'll watch interviews like that, but I am not really into recovery content or the recovery community. And I know that's, like, really hard to hear because, like, "Oh my god, you talk about recovery." And, um, do you guys wanna know where the line, "My brand is transparency," do you know where that came from? It came from over the years, people kept trying to fucking cram me into these boxes that I didn't wanna be in, you know? Like, "You're a prison content creator, you're a recovery content creator, you're a mental health content creator, you're this and you're that," and they tried to, like, shove me into these boxes that I didn't ask to be in, I didn't want to be in. So over the years, I've slowly, in several videos, said, "Hey, I don't work at Tulsa program, I don't really like the Tulsa program, my brand is just me, it's my story. My brand is not the one thing, my brand is transparency." That's where I started saying that because people kept trying to label me as the face of whatever community. That is not I'm not the face of anything. I'm not the face of the recovery community. I'm not even really in the recovery community. However, hold on. I love y'all and I will be here for y'all. And I work with a treatment center. And if I can help you, I will. That is that is as far into the recovery community as I am. I believe in harm reduction. I believe in um not nitpicking other people's recovery, not trying to scream at someone because they're not meeting your expectations. I don't believe in one size fits all. We're all just trying to fucking do better. Um, I really believe a lot of what oh god, what's his TikTok name? Cody with Beyond Sober. I believe his method of it, and I love him. I think he's incredible. We're at the dress in a car. Like all those are falling back. See what immediately pops up? JD screaming at me. Hold on. Um, what's his name on here? It's just Beyond Sober. Where's it last name? Oh, hold on. It's doesn't mean you're an alcoholic. Just because someone drinks every day, likes alcohol a lot, has problems not drinking, because it's difficult to stop. People are struggling to quit. You have withdrawals. You drink alone. You drink because you're bored, because you're sad, because you're happy, because all these things. None of those things individually make you an alcoholic. But that is exactly what an alcoholic would do if they felt any of those things. Most people that I've worked with are not alcoholics, but they drink exactly the same way. An alcoholic. So, I love him. Let me see if I can pull up the Beyond Sober thing because this is really like genuinely what I think. He is so positive and he's helped me a lot too. Just pin the ones I like, bro. um Please stand by. Yeah, I love JD. He's so good. He's a lot. He's a lot. Okay, I think this might be good. This might be good. Who knows? What is recovery? There's a major misconception thinking that the longer you're not drinking, the more sober you are. Not true. I haven't consumed alcohol since my liver failed 6 years ago. I'm not more sober than someone that stopped drinking 4 days ago. You want to know why? Because sober is sober. 100% sober is 100% sober. You can't get more sober than sober, and you can't add more sober. The difference between me and someone who's 4 days sober is I've spent 6 years actively becoming someone
happier and healthier, healing the reasons why I needed to drink, why I thought the poison was a good idea, fixing all the circumstances that made me think that sobriety was toxic and not the alcohol. And I've actively become a happier, healthier person. That's what recovery is. Sobriety is just time away from the circumstances. What is recovery? There's a major misconception.
And I believe that fully. Like right now, I'm not going to get more sober than I haven't drank in 4 days. I'm not gonna get more sober. But like you can take the chemicals away. Your life doesn't automatically get better. Your mental health does not automatically get better. If you're a dick, you're still gonna be a dick just without alcohol or drugs. If you're toxic, if you're narcissistic, if you're, abusive, you're still going to be that person, but you have to put the work in, right? Removing the substance doesn't automatically do all of those things. Um, and that is a huge component to it, Why did you start in the first place? Work through that. Work through what led you down that road and why you thought that you needed to use to feel better. Um, for me, you guys know my story. You guys know my story. For me, it was I had depression, crazy life, and I used to feel better, I mean, we're if we're in an active addiction, we're probably like running from something because we don't want to feel the feelings because the feelings suck. um, but yeah, wait, who was it? Can someone type his thing on here? So it's Cody Beyond Sober, spelled Kohdi. JD's at JD Delay. He's so good, so good. What do you do in the community with groups to recover? Um, I just advertise for them. And I don't do much. Like, you can't call me directly. I have a landing page with groups. I advertise for them, and they do the things, but groups is a in-person and online place. You have to go in person. You can do meetings online, but it's not just medication, although that is one aspect of it, but they believe in putting your life back together holistically. That could be helping you with clothes, a driver's license, housing, food stamps. It's really about like your getting your life back together. And that is what is so different about them, over the years, like I've had a lot of people come to me that work with treatment centers or, whatever, and they've wanted me to work with them. And a lot of them are 12-step based, abstinent based, or they do MAT, but there's no bridge because, yeah, medication helps, but we have to bridge the gap between getting off of the substances and working through that and then rebuilding your life, right? Like it's hard as hell to find employment and housing and get your life back together because some people are trying to get out of active addiction and rebuild a life, but they have a garbage bag full of clothes. Like, now what do you do? Okay, so I have a garbage bag full of clothes with a lot of people and a prescription. What? Help me, right? So, I love them for that, and they do group therapy sessions free for life. That was one of the big things for me when I was meeting with them. 'Cause I'm like, no, I'm not gonna take that meeting. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it." And at the time, I had, a manager and someone that was, helping me go through all of, like, my emails and stuff. Well, I'm like, "No." They're like, "No, this is different." I'm like, "They always say they're different. They're not different. They're gonna kick you out if you relapse and shit, and I'm not about it." And he goes my manager at the time, "No, they don't kick you out if you relapse." And I'm like, "Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay. So what does it do then? What happens if this happens and that happens? Oh, it's free therapy sessions for life. They'll help you get your fucking driver's license. What are you talking about?" So I'm like, okay, I'll take the meeting. And I fell in love with them. And it's been like 2 or 3 years. I've been so many sub doctors and groups is the best. They're incredible. They're incredible. If you relapse, you know what happens? Nothing. They just ask you if you're okay. They ask you if you're okay, and I hope it's okay if I share this. I think I can. There was someone in a meeting a few weeks ago, and they came in and took their drug screen, and they passed, and they should not have passed, and they were honest about that. They felt safe enough and comfortable enough to be like, "Hey, I know it says that I passed, I shouldn't have. And tests can get it wrong sometimes, and he literally came in and said, "This is what it is, this is what I did," and I just think that that is really important. I think it's really important to have an environment exactly like that. You don't get kicked out if you fucking relapse, and in a lot of treatment centers, you do, and I get it. I get it. If you're in rehab and someone's using, I understand how that's super triggering. I know you can't have people doing drugs in it, so it's complicated, you know? Imagine that they don't shame them. No. No. Nope. There is no shame. There is no shame, because this is a disease and it is a aggressive. Not aggressive. It is aggressive at times, but it's very slow and fucking calculated. And when you're not okay, that bitch slips right in like a fucking ninja. You have to pay a lot of attention to it and pay a lot of attention to where your mind is and how your mental health is and all of the things, how your physical health is. Um, it's it's not easy. I missed a lot of shit, didn't I? I'm sorry. Thank you, Stacey, for the 5 piece. Thank you, thank you. I wish I hadn't started sub. Should have just went without it. Your journey is your journey, and it's so funny. I People say that to me often. I always thought the other way. I always thought, I wish I had that. I never did. I never took anything like that. I never took Suboxone, never took methadone. um, like I was supposed to. So I got it off the street back in the day, and then I did try to do the methadone clinic before, and I was fucking late, and they didn't give it to me, and I relapsed and never tried again. So I didn't do it the right way. Um, but I wish that I had those moments where I wish that it was different for me. That I wish I had, had medically assisted treatment because I did shit fucking cold turkey in jail cells or hotel rooms. Um, And that was really hard. So I can't go back and change it. My journey is my journey, just like you can't change it. Your journey is your journey. Um, and I don't know why you're saying that you wish you'd never got a medically assisted treatment, but I will tell you this, and I don't know your story. I don't know what you're going through. If someone is trying to tell you that you are not sober because you're taking medication and you're working that through with a doctor and you're healthy and you're rebuilding your life, that person that has said that to you, if that happened, that person probably doesn't give a fuck whether you live or die, because why would you tell someone not to take their medication? Why would you shame them and say they're not sober? They're trading one drug for another. That opinion doesn't matter. Your life matters more than their feelings about your medicine and your body. If you are overwhelmed with the process of it, I get it. I get that too. How whatever the reason is for feeling the way that you are, your journey is your journey, and you're fucking doing the damn thing. And never give up. In Ohio, if you want a domestic abuse case, whether it's physical abuse or sexual abuse, they'll have an department. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So every single state is different, but just Google what is available to you. There are plenty of outreaches and there's shelters, there's programs, there's outreaches, there's churches that do a lot of things. You seem very down today. I'm okay. I'm okay. I have to go to bed though. And just a reminder, you said you want to go to bed. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I mean, I'm definitely gonna eat some like pizza before I go to bed. I have pineapple pizza waiting. I don't know much about kratom. Not sure. Get in church. Just makes me uncomfortable. It's every other week I'm seeing these articles about a priest. Y'all know the rest, you know? This is the last thing I'll say before I go. Um, no one's talking about this. My brain, I have to say it because I'll be so mad. Um, I would rather my family, kids, family, friends be around my drag queens than a priest. I said what I said. I'm not shaming you for being religious or being in a church. I'm just saying there's a lot of there's a lot of bad shit, and it's scary, and, you know, if I see one more article about this shit, I swear to God, it's insanity. Pineapple pizza. I know. I know. I have a lot of friends from a lot of different backgrounds, ethnicities, religions, and we're all cool, you know? Different strokes, you know what I mean? I personally don't it's about my relationship with God. Where you get that, like Amazon? I'm playing. I'm just playing. Yeah. It's not personally what I believe. Um, that's okay. I love you. I still love you. Pineapple goes on pizza. I'm just trying to see if there's like any like last minute, like really quick things I can answer. Pretty sure I got bit by a spider. That's fine. Where you get that Amazon? I say that about everything these days. You know, like, oh, I'm in a happy, loving, stable relationship. Where you get that Amazon? I'm like so happy and mentally stable. Where you get that Amazon? Just love my relationship with God. Does he talk back to you or something? Like, where you get that Amazon? Because homie's not talking over here. Did you ever do heroin? I did. That was my DOC. That was my drug of choice for a long time. Literally everything is on Amazon except mental stability. Credit card debt is there for sure. I do talk to prison friends. Come to Australia. I want to. Dude, Hobby Lobby is too fucking expensive for me. It's ridiculous in there. Everything's fucking pretty and expensive. I know, I have to go. Okay, I love y'all. I don't know when episode 3 is coming out. I haven't started it yet. Hopefully, I'm gonna start it tomorrow. But, like, I mean, physically, I haven't started, which is stupid. But it's my process. Mentally, I know kind of what I want it to be, and I know the order. So mentally, I'm working on it, which sounds insane, I know, but it's in there, and I know the order. So now I just have to like physically do the things. But I love y'all. Oh, I didn't even say this either. If you guys see videos made of, sorry, I keep burping. If you guys see videos made about me, please don't respond to them or send hate to anyone. I know I've said that over the years a million times, but I don't want these people to be like, Jessica Kent's ride or die crew is so toxic. I don't want to hear that shit because I will defend y'all to the end. And I will get toxic if they say that y'all are toxic. And that's just not good. We don't need to be doing that. So don't send them any hate. Just don't even give them all of the attention that they want because they are literal professional Reddit trolls, nothing more. They just want a response. Don't do it. I have to tell myself that too because it's really, really hard. But don't send them any hate. I don't know what their mental health is like. I know what my mental health is like, and it's hard over here, and I don't know what they're going through. Sometimes I don't even think that some of the channels are malicious. I just think different strokes. We view things differently. But either way, don't send them hate because of me or ever. This is actually really hard mentally. Um, you know, I there's a lot of apps. I'm on a lot of platforms. I eat shit for breakfast. I get a lot of shit all day, every day, repetitively on a loop, and it is very hard. Um, so as someone that has done this for 5 years or so, and as someone that is in therapy and knows what they're doing and whatever, it's still so hard. So try to not let it bother you guys. Don't respond to them. Don't send them hate. Um, you know, please. Oh, I missed this. Sorry. Brayden says, do the episodes on your own time. I'm trying to, but I also if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it. I have a lot of moments like that where I rush to do it, but I have to go. I'm so tired. I love y'all, and I will see you in episode 3, which, yeah, I don't look great in episode 3. I'm not gonna lie. I don't look very good in episode 3. But that's important too. It's important to see my reaction to things. It's important to see the villain era the beginning of that. It's important because I'm not the hero. I'm not the villain, but I'm not the hero either, you know? And I have been toxic at times and ungrateful and shitty and mean, and it's important. So I don't look great in episode 3. And that's okay, you know? That's okay. It's part of it. It's real and yep, I'm nervous. I'm actually less nervous about episode 3 than I was about episode 1, you know? I was more nervous about that, you know, because punch a bitch in the face if I have to. I love y'all, and I will see you later, a week or so for episode 3. Good night, guys.